Greetings, family, peace and blessings, Vibe Tribe. We had to go live on this evening. We told you that we would do the program every Sunday and Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So we're so blessed. I represent my wife on this evening. Okay, right now she's recovering. All right, we just got hit with a severe cold in this household. Okay, but they don't want you to be great. They don't want you to be great, but that's all right though, because I'm so grateful for her nursing background. She helped to nurse me back to health. And now I'm in a position where I have to do the same for her. So I'm excited about the topic on this evening. We're going to be talking about there is freedom in being yourself. There is freedom in being who you are. And I personally feel like it's a wonderful topic to discuss, especially now you have this hot topic going on these days in regards to the imposter syndrome, right? So it's a lot of people that are being labeled as that these days as imposters because some people are being found out that they're not who they're presenting themselves to be on Facebook or whatever social media platform that they are on. All right. So it's a lot of people being found out these days, right? I don't know if any of you guys have seen the New Edition story. I really encourage you to watch it. Okay, that's one of my favorite groups. One of my favorite male groups growing up. Candy Girl. Yes, sir. You got to cool it now. You got to slow it down. Watch out. You're going to lose control. You know? Yes, indeed, man. That's my group right there. And if you watch that documentary, hey, peace, my queen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Alongside of every great man is a great woman. She doesn't walk beside me. Excuse me. She doesn't walk behind me. She doesn't walk in front of me. She walks alongside of me with Paraclete, and the divine leads us both. So I'm so grateful for you, my queen, my virtuous wife, the beautiful woman in my life. Thank you for all that you do, okay, for me, for our family, and for yourself. Love you. Appreciate you. All right. So getting back to the topic of discussion, we're going to talk about uh, in that documentary for them, for lack of a better term, because I can't remember what they called, when they did that series for them, if you will. I believe it's a series, whatever. But, they told the truth about their life, and they were performing on stage. And I don't know about you, but I thought these guys was rich, man. Because in the video, they was at, if I'm not mistaken, I think that it was Eddie Murphy house that they actually shot their video at, Any Heartbreak. And I thought that these guys was wealthy, man. You know what I'm saying? I really did. I'm going to tell the truth. I don't know about, am I the only one? Am I the only one? I thought these guys was wealthy. And when they told their story about how, they got dropped back off in the projects after they did all these tours, you would have thought about all those concerts. You'd have thought that they made a whole bunch of money. You would have thought that they was rich. What you seen on TV, look at how they had on the nice jewelry, the nice clothes, right? They had the mopeds out there when I was growing up watching them. But that wasn't what it is, man. It wasn't what we thought that it is for them, right? And then you have a lot of rappers, they rent the vehicles, they rent the jewelry and everything else like that after the videos and everything. It go right back to the actual owner, right? So in society, when I was growing up, it was so many people just fronting, man, just fronting, like even having high dollar clothing that was really knockoffs. The sneakers was knockoff. The clothes was knockoff. The Nikes, the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton. A lot of people really couldn't, because if they did, if they could afford that, they wouldn't have been in the hood. you understand? So many people, you grow up in the culture of just, presenting yourself to be something that you're not. And so many of us put our bad situation, my queen sending you all you guys a shout out and some love. You know, she's saying she'll be with us real soon. She'll be back in full effect on next week. But I'm gonna leave that up there. So a lot of us in society, we put ourselves in a financial bind because we're trying to present ourselves to be something that we're not. We're trying to get people to accept us, that if we actually presented who we really are, we know they wouldn't accept us. And the truth of the matter is, people are actually stressed out. Believe it or not, some people even commit suicide because they're so mentally deranged, because they're trying to live up to a standard that they cannot keep. And that's being perfect. That's wanting to be something that their family want them to be. Oh, in this family, we're doctors. In this family, we're lawyers. And in this family, we're servicemen. And we go into the army. And you have so many people that is trying to pressure you into being somebody that you're not. Oh, well, we drive Bentleys around here. You want to be in this wealth club? Well, you need to drive a Ferrari, or you need to get a Rolls Royce, or you need to have a BMW or a Mercedes, or, oh, you need to be wearing red bottoms, and, oh, you need to be. Listen. My wife and I, we're wealth creators, and I promise you, we do not try to fit into anybody else's circle. Family, I don't know who you are, but power and peace to you as well. Unfortunately, I can't see your name there, but thank you so much for tuning in, and we appreciate the love. So, love back to you. Thank you. Love back. I appreciate that. And so, there's happiness in being who and what you are. And what I do not do is cloak myself into a person that I'm not. I don't do that for no one. Now listen, let's not be extreme with this being yourself thing too, because sometimes people could be a little extreme about being yourself. Like, if you're going into a business meeting, that's not the time for you to use Ebonics. That's not being fake. That's something that I believe that some people, they misconstrue and they become an extremist with. Oh, I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to talk the way. There's a time and a place for everything. Okay, that is a professional setting. That's not the time for you to be hip hop. Okay, or to speak Ebonics. All right, you're not being fake by you conducting yourself in a professional manner. That is the professional side of you. You understand? It's still you. That's just the professional side of you. And then your family members know another side of you when you talking to them, and your friends. You understand? So some people, they feel like that they just listen, family, I love, my brothers and sisters, that, are for the people. But sometimes we try so hard trying to prove something. The truth of the matter, we really are trying to prove it to ourselves. Sometimes we go bananas trying to prove even something to our own selves, trying to prove what we're not. You understand? And so, who and what you are, just be. And if they doubt who and what you are, so what? It is what it is. Okay, listen. My wife and I, we're serial entrepreneurs. We're in the real estate industry. We have an e-commerce business that yields us 6 figures consistently. And my wife and I, she and I, we're both in the financial industry, more specifically in the life insurance space. However, we counsel people on retirement, budgeting, and other, financial strategies they can utilize. Okay, I fully retired at the age of 39 years old. Okay, I retired back in 2015. All right. And I've been retired ever since then. I fully retired because of me using financial strategies that helped to position me to be in the position that I'm in, right? That being said, I have nothing to prove to anybody. Listen, I want you to understand this. I do not do what I do to prove anything to anybody. Except, let me be clear. Let me underscore that word. Except. Except for those who don't believe that they can do it. We do what we do. We don't put our houses on display to show off and try to impress people. My wife and I both come from the inner city where we've seen crime, drug activity, okay, people involved in alcoholism. Okay, we've seen toxicity in our community. And my wife and I now are building an empire. And as you can obviously see, that I'm an African man, my wife is an African woman. And so what we do is, and even those who are not of our ethnicity, if you just come from a background where you haven't seen wealth, right? Okay, this is what we do. We do those things not to impress people, but we do those things to encourage those who don't believe that they have the wherewithal to do it because they're in the same situation that we came out of, right? So I don't do those things, and we don't do those things for people to accept us. We do it to help people, not to show off, not to impress anybody, not to persuade people that, this is who we really are. No, we do it to show people, yes, you can do it. And I tell my story to encourage other individuals who feel like that's in rather the same background that I come from, that they're not able to do it. I like to share those things to show people that, listen, if you educate yourself and you stay consistent and you don't give up, you keep going, you'll be able to prosper. And listen, this is what prosperity looks like to me. The home that I'm living in right now is what I dreamed of being in when I was younger. I visited a friend some years ago. Some of you may have already heard the story. And for those of you who haven't, well, I'm looking forward to share it with you. Okay? I'll never forget, I went to a friend's house who lives in the suburbs. And remember, I lived in the city. And I seen my friend's house. I visited the house, and I was like, wow, man, this is nice. And not that I didn't live in a nice house, because my mother always kept, even though I lived in the inner city, my mother, we never had a dirty house in fact, I'm going to just tell you the truth. You really wouldn't have known that we was on welfare by looking at our house. You really wouldn't have known that, right? But still, I'm talking about the neighborhood, the atmosphere, just, the happiness and the families that were so blessed, to live in the homes that they lived in. And I just seen wealth and togetherness and love and just unity. I'm like, wow. But I lived, and people of different ethnicity, both, they was all prosperous and blessed, of course, according to what I know. I don't really know what's going on actually, because, some things are not always what it seems. But they was in that neighborhood, so that's what I thought at that particular time, right? And so long story short is, this is what success looks like to me. You understand? Listen, we have a Lexus. We could have got a BMW. We drove the Mercedes. We drove a BMW. Okay, and believe it or not, my wife and I, we actually like the Lexus better. So that's why we got a Lexus. But I refuse to go get a vehicle to fit in somebody's wealth circle. That's not the circle for me then. Because if you want me to be what you want me to be, we're never going to get along, because that's not my personality. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I rebel against stuff. Anybody that tries to put me in a box, you know what I'm saying? That tries to incarcerate me, I got a problem with it. That's prison. I will be in prison trying to be somebody that I'm not. I would be in prison. Okay, I'm African. I'm not European. Okay, no disrespect to European people. I mean that if that's the way you talk, if that's your culture, then that's what you are. I have no desire to be another ethnic group. I love being African. I love our culture. I love hip hop. I love R&B. You understand? And I'm not trying to be nobody or nothing that I'm not. Period. Either you're going to accept me or not. If not, fine. You're not the company I need to keep. And I encourage you to have the same attitude. Do not allow people to make you into something that you're not. Because you're not going to be happy. Because you're trying to fit into something that somebody else wants you to be. That even goes to your family member. If you don't want to be a doctor, be straight up about it. If you don't want to be a lawyer, be straight up about it. Whatsoever it is, that's a family trade or occupation. You know, even if it comes to athletics, some young men are made to feel bad because they don't like to play sports. Oh, what's wrong with you? What you gay? Was you homosexual? Oh, he must be a faggot. Or you see what I'm saying? You know, all these labels, people want to label you to be something that you're not because you don't want to be what they want you to be, or you don't want to do what they want to do, or you don't like what they like. And no. Listen, that's not the type of company you want to keep. Those are people who are manipulative and controlling, and they just want you to be what they want you to be. They want you to talk the way that you want to talk. You know, the way they want you to talk. They want you to dress the way they want you to dress. You understand? They want you to drive what they want you to drive and live in the house that you want to. Listen. It's about your happiness. It's not about making other people happy. To a degree. Let's be clear. To a degree. You understand? And I want to be clear on that because, you know, we should seek to make each other happy, but not at the expense of you not being able to be yourself. And I'm not talking about the negative things about you. See, let's be clear. See, sometimes people, oh, you just trying to change me. Oh, you just trying to, and I had to be very clear about this because some people, you know, they're comfortable in their character flaws. And then they try to use reverse psychology on you when you address things about them that messes up their social life. That's causing conflict, not only between you and them, but between other people too. And sometimes these people, oh, they just hating on me. No, it's not always because somebody hating on you. Sometimes it's because your character is off, and that's the reason why you keep pushing people away from you. Let's be clear about that. Now, I'm not one of these teachers going to tell you everything you want to hear, so just understand, if you're looking for that, this is not the channel for you, because I'm going to tell you the way it is. I'm going to tell you the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you, because this same truth is what helped me. You understand? You know, so you don't transform by hearing everything that you want to hear. You transform by getting these truths that challenges your character, that challenges you to grow. It's called growing pains because it's the pain of you facing the mirror of truth about who you are and what you are. And it may be painful, but you've been acting too long. You've been acting long enough. You're not happy. So it's time for you to stop masking yourself up and playing these charades and trying to be what everybody else wants you to be, except for you being yourself. Because that is prison. Because that's not really you. And you're not happy because you know that you are just putting on a show. That's not really what you really like. And this goes for dating too. Why are you fronting? Why are you fronting to impress her or him? Why? That's not you. You know that's not what you like. Be real about it. Because guess what? The truth is going to come out and there's going to be a curtain pulled on the drama. Okay? It's going to be a curtain pulled on that acting show. And the relationship going to end right there. Why? Because they found out you are not really who you presenting yourself to be. You understand? So you got to work on yourself. My sister's Myla, she said, definitely. Appreciate that encouragement, sis. Thank you. So you have to be yourself, man. You know, you have to be who and what you are. Now listen. I'm telling you the truth in it. When my wife and I were dating each other, she didn't try to impress me and I didn't try to impress her. I'm telling you straight up. I'm telling you straight up. No lie. No lie. Hands down, this woman is the same woman that I met when I was dating. She's the same beautiful, sweet woman that I dated when I met her. She's the same person. She was consistently herself. And guess what? It was fair to me because then I was able to make a sound judgment whether or not I wanted to go forward with her and to be more and to be in a relationship with a woman like herself for the rest of my life. Yes. And I was me all day. Nothing changed except for the negative things. You understand? You know, because there's some things that's good about us we don't need to change. You understand that? And then sometimes people, they try to get you to change those positive things about you because it convicts them in the negative things about them. Ah. Sis said, the realness shows she is a true queen. My queen said, absolutely. She said, be your authentic self. Absolutely. You understand? So listen, these people are happy and you're miserable. You deserve to be happy, family. Vibe Tribe, you deserve to connect with someone who is on the same frequency as you. Listen, check this out, right? Check this out. If you're listening to a radio station, right, on one radio station, they're playing jazz. And then on the other radio station, they're playing R&B, right? This person over here listening to jazz. This person over here is listening to R&B. Are they tuned into the same frequency? They're hearing two different things. They're not on the same channel. Are you following? You get me? So a person that is negative, when you're positive, they're never going to see it the same way as you because they're vibing on a different frequency. What's transmitting to them is totally different than what you're hearing. So you and that person will never get along. Do you understand? I don't care how handsome he is, sis. I don't care how beautiful she is, bruh. Okay? I don't care if they're your family member. I don't care how many years they have known you. Listen to me. When you tune that frequency of negativity out, you're going to go to a higher level. You're going to start vibrating on a different frequency. And then you're going to start attracting totally different things to you. You're going to start hanging around different people. You're going to start having different conversations. And guess what? Those individuals who want to stay on that negative frequency, they will never fit into your world because you are on a totally different level now. Don't try to fit in somewhere that you don't belong. Listen, it's like a toy-shaped block, right? When we was children, and then you had the toy-shaped block, and these shaped blocks, right? One is a star, one is a circle, one is a square. My queen said, first you need to know thyself. Absolutely, that's true. My sis said, nothing but truth. I'm living the beauty of this truth right now. I say, oh, I love it, man. I love it when it's confirmation. I love it when people get blessed, man. Thank you so much, everybody that's interacting. I'm getting ready to close in a little bit, but I first want to finish this statement that I was on before I start reading the comments. If you would just bear with me just a few minutes here, just a couple more minutes, I promise you I'll be done. Right? And so what's going to happen is, right, family, because your mindset changes, you shift directions. You no longer are going in the same direction as them. You understand? So listen, like I was saying about the shaped blocks, you got the squares, you got the circles, all right? And I know I'm talking to some very intelligent people here. I know I am. There's no doubt about it. You must be, you tuning in here. You're very smart. No, I was just joking, family. I was just joking. You know, but anyway, we all know that a square cannot fit in the circle. And we all know that a circle can't fit in a square. We all know that, right? So riddle me this then. Why are you trying to fit in with people that don't have the mindset, the same mindset as you? And why are you trying to get them to accept you? When they're on a totally different frequency to you. And they're not on the same page. You reading peace, love, prosperity. They're reading broke, joke, and playing around with their life. Listen, you on go time, they on recess. I'm going to say it again. You on go time, they on recess. They're over here doubting themselves. You believe in yourself. They're over here saying what they can't do, and you're saying what you know what you can do. When you talk about your blessings and tell your testimony, they consider it boasting, and instead of them celebrating, they're hating. Instead of them watching to see what next move you make so they can learn, or, hey, where can I help? They're sitting on the sideline waiting for you to fall. They pulled up a front row seat to wait for you to fall on your face, to see you fail. But you know what they're going to see? They're going to get a front row seat to the opposite. They're going to see you succeeding. They're going to see you living a championship life. And while you celebrate your wins, they're going to be hating. Why? Because they don't believe in themselves. It's time for you to get out of your feelings, and it's time for you to cut the dead weight off. They're dead spiritually. You're wasting your time. You know why? Because they waste their time. They're not serious. They're on recess. And you out there about that life, putting in that work so it can work for you. You out there making moves so things can move for you, but they sitting on their behind and they want you to just come and give them everything. Oh man, you listen, you got to get rid of the little red hens, beloved. You got to get rid of the little red hen. How long are you going to let them weigh you down? How long are you going to let them dictate your life? Do you understand? You're the one that got to live with those decisions you make. They don't. You have to live with the choices you make in your life. They don't have to live with those choices. This is where I stand at. There's freedom in being yourself. I'm going to say it again. There's freedom in being yourself. No longer, no longer, from this day forward, make yourself a promise. No longer will you allow other people to hold you back. No longer will you hide your well-spoken self. No longer will you hide your well-mannered self. Man, no longer will you stop searching for better because of them thinking, oh, you think you all that. No, listen, you are all that. You are all that the divine says that you are. In fact, you are all that you say you are. If you say, I am prosperous, I am blessed, I am great, listen here, you're going to be exactly that. You're going to manifest that in your life. Enough is enough. Either they want it or they don't. And if they don't want it, leave them in the dust. I am a pity party crasher. You understand? I'm a pity party crasher. Why are you going to sit there and die, family? Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm not capable. That's a lie. That's a lie. And some people will try to persuade you, oh, you can't do it because I couldn't do it. That's a lie too. Well, there's no generational wealth in my family. So what am I to do? There's nothing around me that says wealth. You can break through. You can be what you want to be. The things that you're calling impossible, how is it that the next man and woman that comes from the same environment that you're in without compromising to be recognized or compromising to get wealth, like my wife and I, how is it that they did it and you're saying you can't? Which means that it's humanly possible. It's time to stop holding yourself back. And it's time for you to go forward. No longer hide in the shadows. You don't listen. You've been called out to help to bring other people out. It's time to answer the call. It's time for you to stop hiding who and what you are. It's time for you to be the person of greatness that you are. You've been waiting on other folk too long. It's your time now. Let it go so you can grow. And let them go so you can grow. Thank you so much for tuning in to Lifestyle Hacks with your brother from another mother, my beautiful Vibe Tribe. I greatly appreciate all your love and support. Thank you so much for those of you who subscribed, for those of you who shared, for those of you who invited. I greatly appreciate it. And as you see today, someone would say I sound preachy. I don't care. This is the way I deliver the messages. I'm not going to stop being Bockarie. I'm going to keep sharing it the way Spirit leads me to share. And I had to continue to go forward. And guess what? I lost people along, there was people that left along the way because I didn't lose anything actually. Because they wasn't really genuine anyhow. I'm telling you now, Okay, lost. Well, I keep saying lost because that's a word that's stuck in my head. Lost. I'm gonna have to get rid of that word. You know, there's people that unsubscribe. There's people that stop following. Okay, because I said things that challenged what they know to be as traditionally a foundation in their lives, and that's all they know. And listen, I haven't stopped. I'm gonna be me. I'm going to be free. I'm not returning again into the yoke of bondage, so other folk can be happy and I'm miserable. You understand? So I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for following us on Instagram and following us on Facebook. You know, we have a private group on Facebook as well. For those of you who would like some spiritual mentoring and coaching, okay, listen, I'm here for the beginners. Okay, for those of you who have been uh, moved to transition from religiosity to spirituality, from religion to relationship, okay, from man-made traditions and doctrines and commandments of men, and instead of that, you want to follow after the truth, this is the ministry for you. This is the ministry for you. Okay, we don't even focus on your sexual orientation. Okay, you know, we love all humanity. Okay, love is the superpower. Okay, this ministry is about souls. It's about bringing healing to the soul. This is my calling. This is what I'm sent to do. I'm a humanitarian, unapologetically humanitarian. That's just the way that goes. I address all issues with all walks of life, with all ethnic groups, okay, with everything that's going on in this world. You understand? And guess what we have a problem with? Humanity wants to be in control of everything. Humanity wants to be in power of everything. And this is the reason why this world is so out of balance, because man wants to be in control of everything. And we're going to be bringing a message, my wife and I, and we're going to be talking about that real soon. Time to be free. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to email us. We can set up a meeting with you, okay, and talk with you, and to help you to get to the next level, okay? We're not the end all be all. You don't have to go through us to get to the divine. No, we're just here to have a conversation with you if you're confused and you're really trying to find some guidance, and you know you're really trying to find out which direction you should go. We're here to help you with that. Okay, we're here for those who are beginning their spiritual journey. Okay, those who are in the intermediate level of spirituality and advanced. All right, this is just a word or a share for you. Okay, but we're here for those who need help to get to that next level, who is seeking out an understanding of what direction they should go in, and we can help you with that. Okay, love you, we appreciate you. Please continue to join us on Sunday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time, and Thursday the same time. Today I need to rest. I know I came on early, family. I know some of you like, I thought he came on at 6, but I have to take care of myself too. Okay, I'm still recovering from the severe cold that I had. Okay, so that's why I came on sooner so I could go and take my rest. But I'm well enough to come on here and bring this message. And I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Be blessed. Beautiful queen, she said, thank you. From the queen of the tribe.